So I'd say try and find a style, like we were saying before, and then be consistent. So on your social media, try and post really regularly. I think people love to see that they can see your style on their Instagram or Facebook or whatever you're posting on. Well, I think from a really, really young age, I always loved everything to do with painting and designing. Even at primary school, art was always my favourite subject. And then throughout school and then to Art Foundation, I just always loved it. And I just decided, I think at Art Foundation, that printed textiles was for me. They always said to me, even before I'd started at my interview, they thought I was going to be a printed textile designer, and I did end up doing that, so they were correct. I think when I started looking around my universities, I was just really excited and really inspired by what they did, and that was definitely the driving point to make me think, this is what I want to do. Well, so I went to university. I went to Winchester School of Art and then graduated this time pretty much last year, and I learned, I would say, probably 90% of my initial skills from there. It was such a good course. They taught everything from designing to colour to inspiration, research, developing, all of the key skills that you would need. So I definitely learned most of it there, and then I learned a lot more of the sort of digital side of things with my job. I was working in a studio in London, and then now I am actually freelancing from home, which is really fun. It's quite similar. It just means I'm just working by myself, which is really nice, and it's a bit lonely, but it's still really fun to have this different interaction with different clients, and I get to do different briefs and projects, and quite different, but I love both of them. Well, I learned so many skills, but I would say the most important one is sort of to build up your own style. I think from university, I started off, I wasn't really sure what sort of designer I wanted to be. And I think they really, really help you to sort of build on that and build on your skills and work out roughly what you wanted to be. I think I learned a lot from my job in London about the placement of design. So rather than just sticking a flower in the middle of the page, really like work on it and see what it looks like in different angles, and then if you add in other elements. And I think the whole idea of just developing, and rather than just sticking with your first idea. Do loads of research and see what you can find and what you love, and then just go from there and try different medias, try paint, pencil, collage, and then whatever you prefer, I would go from with that really. So I would say try and find a style, like we were saying before, and then be consistent. So on your social media, try and post really regularly. I think people love to see that they can see your style on their Instagram or Facebook or whatever you're posting on. I would also say maybe just be really interactive with everybody, so constantly upload and maybe ask questions and speak to your audience, because I think people like to know who you are as a designer, as well as just seeing all of your prints every day. My inspiration is, I would say, pretty much 90 to 100% always based on nature. I just love it. I've always been so inspired by it. A lot of my projects at university were inspired by botanical gardens and flowers and plants and just everything that's out there. I just feel that the colours work so well together, and the placement of flowers is really like organic and so quite fresh and new, and I really feel that that is just always my initial inspiration. So my strategy was try and get yourself out there as much as possible. I think the more you can build up on social media, you know, like Instagram, it takes a while, but once you've sort of built it up to where you're happy with, you do get noticed and you do get people that are interested. So I would definitely say that as a number one tip. And then also what I like to do is go on LinkedIn and see the companies you would love to work for, see who they're working for and what type of designs they do. And I think sort of don't be afraid to ask and to reach out to these companies and say, look, this is me, this is the work I do, and do you want any work from me? Because I think there's nothing wrong with asking, and you don't always get if you don't ask, do you? I would just say keep painting. That's what I say to myself every day. Even if you don't always fancy it, just give it a go, and if it doesn't work out how you wanted it, it doesn't matter. It's not the end of the world. Just have a little chat with other people, see how they're doing, and really try and communicate with other designers because they're so useful and handy, and they're such a lovely community. And I think if we can all help each other out, then we can all get through it together and just keep painting.